Saturday, October 4th. We also have a request from the residents of the 400 block of Venter Avenue to hold a block party on Saturday, August 30th from 12 noon until 10 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, August 31st. We have a request from Erin Walsh to have her wedding ceremony at Michael Mori Gazebo Park on Sunday, October 12th from 5 p.m. until 6:15. Arrangements have been made for setup and cleanup immediately before and after the ceremony. And finally, we have a request from the residents of 600 block of Ashwood Avenue to hold a block party on Saturday, September 6th from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Have all of these requests been cleared with the police department and DPW?
We've given comments to those.
And there have been no comments?
We haven't heard anything back.
Is anybody opposed to moving these in batch? Can anybody look into these? Okay, will I hear a motion to accept these communications as requested?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve the communications.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Request are hereby granted. And please, Madam Clerk, if you could please reach out to the parties and advise them. Thank you. I will withhold my report recommendations at this time, and we'll move on to certificates of proclamations. Madam Clerk, we're not going to do a certificate of proclamation this evening. Is that correct?
Correct. We're going to put that on for September 18th.
Thank you. We are in the month of August, so I'll begin the reports this evening with our second ward councilwoman, Councilwoman Charlie Steele.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to congratulate Council President Carl Hokinson for being named the Central Jersey Leather Neck Detachment of Roselle, New Jersey's Marine of the Year. Second, we had the first of the movies behind the Casano Center. I just want to remind everybody that August 29th, a week from tomorrow, will be Mr. Copper's Penguins. There will be juice, water, snacks, door prizes, but you better bring your own mosquito spray. Getting a little more serious, on October 4th, here at Borough Hall, Council President Hokinson and I are sponsoring a session for people who have gotten a foreclosure notice or a notice of default or are just worried that they may be moving down that path. It is a free workshop from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is being held by the National Investment Division of Housing Counseling Agency, a HUD-approved nonprofit organization. They have 25 years of experience in housing counseling. They are also reaching out to various banks so that you would be able to bring in your paperwork if you are already in foreclosure and actually try to work something out right here on the premises. We will have more details about which banks will be having representatives. I know right now it's looking good for Wells Fargo, for instance, and they're one of the prominent banks in that area. So anyone who is interested, then please call me 908-482-2271 to register. I have been noticing that we have an increasing number of empty houses in town, which is really no reflection on the borough. It is simply a case that it has taken this amount of time for so many of these cases to work their way through foreclosure because there were so many of them going back to the bubble. The real estate bubble bursting. So
feedbacks.
Want to keep people in their houses. And these people can help advise everyone on what they should do. Even if you're just worried, please spread the word because you may think nobody you know is in this situation, but we don't know the financial ins and outs of all our friends and neighbors, and they may be able to tell people. And we really want to get as many people here to help so that we do not have more empty houses in Roselle Park and so that people can stay in their homes. I think that's about it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. I'd like to touch on two of the issues that you brought up. First of all, the movies in the park. I thank Councilman Elkinson for running with that. It's something that we started a couple of years ago in town, and the residents who had run it for the past 2 years, due to their job obligations, were not able to do so. Councilman Hokinson, again, stepped up to the plate to try to provide a service to the community. It's all free of charge, and it really is well done. I encourage everybody to make an evening of it. A nice family evening. It's inexpensive. It's a great date, and I thank you, Councilman Hokinson, for doing it.
Oh, I'm running. Those mosquitoes were brutal. I never run. I ran around.
It's a tough summer for the students. The other issue is on the foreclosure front. I'm glad that you're doing this, and I think it's a good idea. I just want to point out that the foreclosures in Roselle Park have dropped drastically. The number of foreclosed properties, which was at a high of 21, I believe, 4 years ago, is down into the low teens at this point. And I'm hoping that as the bank-owned properties are sold off, there'll be fewer and fewer. However, if anybody feels that they're in dire straits and need some assistance with foreclosure, I encourage you to go to that meeting to try to get some assistance to avoid a problem. We want to keep our houses occupied. We want to keep our residents in town, and we thank you for doing it. Okay, next up is our third ward, Councilman Ron Kelly.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, I don't have anything to report.
Thank you. Next up is our Councilman at Large, Council President Carl Hokinson.
Thank you, Mayor. It was an honor and tribute. I'm sorry that we had to do that moment of silence for Mr. McCafferty, but it was close to his family and Danny. Everything goes out for you. Just a couple of things since it's been the summer. I'd like to thank Pat Pagnetti and the Roselle Park Historical Society. Back on Sunday, July the 20th, they had their picnic at Pat's house. It was well attended. It's just nice to get away from, the legitimate everything. It was just a nice day. Everybody, had a good time, and I thank Pat Pagnetti for opening up her house, for letting do it. Back on Thursday, July the 24th, I met with the People for Animals from Hillside. We are looking into some grants to bring us some money in to get the animals spayed and neutered, and also we're going to be looking to target different areas that need it, train tracks, different areas of the borough of Roselle Park that. On Saturday, July the 26th, I attended the Concerned Citizens meeting. Again, that was another well-attended meeting. A lot of good points came out and a lot of good feedback, both good and bad, which, I've always been an advocate of. What goes up must come down, good or bad. On Thursday, July the 31st, we had our town hall meeting here. It was attended. I would like to see more, but a couple of good questions, answered. The dialect, was pretty good. Tuesday, August the 5th. Karen, thank you for a job well done for the National Night Out. Rich Coca, for the PD, the fire department, the first aid squad, all the vendors that were there. Rich Angus for donating his time and his equipment to DJ the event. I'd like to thank the Board of County Freeholders for donating the equipment, the stage, and setting that up for us. It was a great night. Yes, the fireworks did go off a few minutes early, excuse me, but there was still a 20% chance of rain that night. It did rain a little bit, and once that guy showed up on the field, if it rained or didn't rain, we're going to pay for it anyway. So we decided to get him up before the rain came. I think, where's the water go? Oh, okay, the official bell ringer. He was here, but again, great night for everybody. Sorry we missed the 4th, but National Night Out was a big success, and thank everybody that attended. Councilwoman Story already mentioned movie night out on August the 8th. I'd like to see some more attendance, but more people, less mosquitoes. And the next one will be on August the 29th. Is our National Movie Night Out. And guess I'm the only one bringing it up. I have one matter for closed, possible litigation, Largo versus the Borough of Roselle Park.
Yes.
I gave a letter to the borough. And two things I'd like to either bring back to committee, that'll be what, towards later on? Well, I'll bring it up anyway. I'd like to have two things go back to committee. One, some of the code enforcement. I was presented with the New Jersey State Code of what people can do. I have been receiving numerous complaints from different contractors, saying that we want to be business friendly, but they don't want to come and do work in our town because of, technicalities. And I'd also like to possibly review what Councilman Kelly brought up a while ago about the homes, as far as if we go to the house to cut the grass 1 or 2 times, it's, and I'm only going to use round figures, but I don't know the figures, $50, 3 to 5, 75, and after whatever, then it starts getting higher and higher, because I think the banks are looking at it. It's cheaper for us to do it than having them do it, and it's 2 to 3 weeks, and people are complaining, especially with the hot summer and the mosquitoes. So I'd like to, review that idea about making the fines,
Please review it if you can get back to
Yeah.
the recommendations.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. I think now I'd like to call up Karen Intile, please. I'm sorry, I didn't get the first word, Councilman, I'm sorry.
I was okay.
First word, Councilman Andrew Casales.
I have no report. I have one item for closed session, contract negotiations with PBA SLA.
Okay, now we'll get the reports of the departments. I'll begin with Ms. Intile, please.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see everybody here. I would also like to thank the help that I had for National Night Out. There was some of my staff there, and there was also some volunteers there. And Ryan Angus did a great job, and as you said, Mr. Leonard did a great job, but everybody really pitched in and helped. And for those that didn't show up for the actual National Night Out part, there was some phenomenal equipment that I've never seen before. So people really missed out if they didn't show up to see some of the great safety stuff that was out there. It looked like moon vehicles. It was amazing what Rich had, Detective Coca had got out there. It was really a nice show. And the fireworks company did a wonderful job too. So it was a really nice night. I always say this, I have to continually thank all the organizations and residents and the schools and the clubs that donate food to us for our food pantry, because as fast as it comes in, it's as fast as it goes out. So it's an ongoing effort by us and the donations. It's now on Thursdays as long as the farmers market is in town, because what happens is the farmers donate through the help of the Friends of the Library. They donate vegetables and they donate fruits, and then we give them out on Thursday with our food pantry goods, because a lot of people can't get fresh vegetables if they don't, they can't afford it. So that's a real nice thing that is going on right now, and it'll be going on until the end of October. The farmers market runs through, I think, the last Wednesday of October, and then our food pantry will go back to Wednesdays. The 9/11 service, of course, is scheduled for Thursday evening, 7 o'clock on September 11th, starting about 7. We'll have to discuss this further, but we don't have a voice for that evening, so we're going to have to work on that.
Okay.
The next Cruise and Night Car Show is in coordination with the Roselle Park Day, and there's going to be artist stuff going on at the Art and Salt Galleries. There's going to be an art truck over on the premises, either at the gazebo or at the Casano Center. But it's all going to be around the same time of day of the car show, which is Saturday, September 13th, between 4 and 7. And our DJ, Hot Rod Mike, who's the same DJ from the Cruisers, is our DJ. So it should be a nice crowd that day. Hopefully the weather is good. And if it does rain, then it goes to the following Saturday. We submitted an application for the HART grant, $4,000 from the county, and I was just notified yesterday that we received the award. So I'll just be doing the paperwork. We have the program all planned out. It's going to be called Union County Bandstand. It's going to be oldies of the 1950s and early 60s. It's going to be on Saturday, November 15th, between the hours of 3 and 4:30 p.m. There'll be a dance floor. We'll have snacks. It'll be real nice because anybody who's heard Joe Caraselli's big band, it's phenomenal. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, I know that they get rented out for weddings and everything. They're a real professional band. So anybody who has nothing to do that afternoon, it's a free program. You can't beat it. Officer Medrano ran with the help, I'm sure, of the regular police department, his Roselle Park Police Youth Academy. It was from Monday, August 11th through Friday, August 15th. And we let them borrow our van or our bus as they needed. They, of course, paid for the bus driver, but they needed transportation for the students. So that was last week, and from what I understand, it was a great success. So I'm glad that we could help out. I don't want to touch on the librarian's report, so I'm sure she'll tell you all about their end of library party and the end of library. Sorry, Susan. The end of summer. Didn't mean it, Sue. The end of summer party. There's a little bit of different things going on with that. And I'm not going to touch on Leona either, because she's here to talk about her exhibit at the Casano Center. And I'm just going to remind people about Mr. Popper's Penguins being on Friday, August 29th, even though it's been mentioned already. And Brave will be on September 5th, and the Lego movie will be on September 19th at the Casano Center. And we're going to have a Healthy Choice picnic at the Casano Center on Wednesday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. We do have to charge a fee of $6. We're going to grill chicken breasts, and we're going to grill vegetables from the farmer's market, and we're going to grill veggies from the farmer's market, and we're going to get angel food cake, and we're going to have Cool Whip, and so it should be nice. I hope the weather holds out, because we use the big grill in the back, and it's a nice day for whoever wants to attend. The seniors, anybody else who wants to come, they have to pre-register, because we need to know a head count. And we have Huntington Hills Playhouse coming up September 18th to go see Breaking Legs. It's $52 per person. Again, the town was nice enough to provide the bus for us, so that ticket really is only for the show and the dinner. And we have the Westfield Board of Health nurse come every last Tuesday of the month to take blood pressure readings at the Casano Center between 11 and 12. And that's my report, unless anybody has questions.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments? Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I heard a lot of great comments. I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
It was a night. Everybody did a great job. Thank you.
Next up is our librarian, Ms. Sue Hamilton.
Hello, Mayor and Council. I hope everybody had a wonderful summer. It's hard to believe it's almost over. I'm just going to talk a little bit about all the many varied and engaging events we had at the library. For children, we kicked off the summer reading theme, which was Fizz Boom Read, with Joe Fisher's Magic Show. We then went into straight, non-stop activities, which included different story times for 3 to 5-year-olds, kindergarten kids, time for toddlers and 2, story times for 3s and 4s, nonfiction club for ages 6 and up. And then we had the weekly specials, such as Read to the Dog, and that was with Karen Freed and Cooper, Crazy for Crafts, help with school math packets that go home with the children,
Introduction to pencil coloring. Thank you to Deval Patel, who did that. Family bingo. We offered a series of workshops such as planting with Jenny Lichtenwalner, decoupage, glove buddies, duct tape crafts, crochet a summer scarf, which I had. The kids did this. I think they did a great job. They crocheted this little scarf, a summer scarf.
Very nice.
Yeah, isn't it nice? Felt Monster and summer cooking for kids. Of course, the ever-popular Lego Club continued. A special thank you to Joel Nola, who helped me take out the Legos, all the Legos, the 20 bins of Legos outside, and we washed them down, and we brought them back in again. The preteen and teens, grades 6 to 12, had a weekly iTunes gift card, weekly drawing with each review submitted. We had the teddy bear picnic, special chemistry workshop provided by Mad Science, origami by Alice Ying, back to school decorate your supplies, yoga for kids, Lisa Glazer, Arthur Murray Dance Studio came and presented Dancing with the Stars, Donna Visco, book illustrator, presented a reading of her published book, Zelda Mary Ella. I-Level Center of Cranford provided an 8-week program on math and problem-solving skills. A day of art and a poetry night was coordinated by Leona Seifert. Roselle Park ESL camp in the schools also visited the library throughout the summer for crafts, books, and a library tour. Thank you and I just want to thank my conscientious, hardworking staff who helped make this summer program a success. And with the exception of a few programs for which were paid by the Friends of the Library, the staff and volunteers provide all the entertainment. I'd like to thank our student volunteers who were exceptional this year. Noelle Chang, Andra, Constantine, Brianna, Gilliard, and Stephanie Villanova. For the adults, we offered a new type of summer reading club. For each adult book that was checked out at the library, they received a ticket. These went into a bucket, and then every Monday, Sister Ann pulled the winner. Most of the prizes were donations, such as books and even a crock pot. Sister Ann Borden from Elizabeth is still conducting ESL classes every Monday from 11 to 1. The numbers have been growing. She now has anywhere from 10 to 20 students. If you drive by the library, you will notice on the lawn that there's a beautifully made picnic table. And this is from Eagle Scout Tim Carroll, his project, along with the planting of the gladiolas. Monday, August 23rd, from 6 to 8 will be the finale party with JoJo Russell Kids in Motion, Sparky the Somerset Patriots mascot, to provide entertainment. And Mayor Cardi will be on hand to present the reading certificates and for a photo op. We are planning on having the party on the library lawn, but if the weather seems iffy, Karen in Tile has graciously offered the Gazano Center. Story times and children's programs begin again on September 15th. And then here's some of the programs we're having in September. Monday, September 22nd at 3:30, we'll be presenting Renee Smith, author of the book, The Great Compost Heap. She will teach children and parents what they can do to help the environment. I recently obtained a grant from the New Jersey Council for the Humanities, and the programs that were chosen are the following. Classic Broadway with a Twist, featuring singer Nina Douch, will be on Saturday, September 27th. She will have a sing-along and speak on Broadway history. October 28th at 6:30, we'll present Neil Hartley and Ichabod Crane, Washington Irving, and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. These are all family programs. September 5th, this is a good one, at 6:30, How to Conquer Belly Fat, Stress, and Hormones. Dr. John Kaufman from Advanced Integrated Health in Springfield will be presenting this free program as a part of a 3-part wellness series. Personal Touch Home Care Healthcare Services will be presenting an Employment Recruitment Day at the library September 16th from 11 to 2 for home health care aides. September 25th at 6:30, Gentiva will present a hospice education program. An introductory seminar, Hospice Volunteers, because every moment matters, is being offered on Thursday, September 25th, 7 o'clock. Learn how you can use your gift of compassion to enrich the lives of those with life-limiting illnesses so that they can live out their days as fully and comfortable as possible. Anthony Giordano's conversational English classes will resume on September 18th and will be every Thursday morning from 11 to 12, with the last Thursday of the month allotted for Conversation and Cake Day. Anthony provides the cakes and other refreshments. The knitting, crocheting, quilting, and adult book clubs will resume in September. Please check our webpage at www.roselleparklibrary.org for the exact dates and times. You can also friend or like us on Facebook, which can be accessed by a link on our webpage. There are also informative links on our webpage, which I'm not sure people know about, the latest being helpful resources on depression. But also, we have One Click Digital, Zinio digital magazines, which are free, the Capstone Interactive Library for Children, and the Health Insurance Marketplace for the Affordable Care Act, just to name a few. 200 children joined our summer reading program. Statistically, children who are read to or enjoy reading will do better in school and ultimately in life. Parents and guardians who make regular visits to the library are providing their children with the benefits of a lifetime of memories and good habits. Just a note of thanks to the Friends of the Library who have provided the patrons of the library with 3 museum passes that can be checked out for free entrance by a family of 4 or 5 for 3 days. They include the grounds for sculpture in Hamilton, the Morris Museum, and Imagine That. In conclusion, between June and July, 5,946 books, 763 DVDs, and 160 other materials, including music CDs, e-readers, museum passes, and magazines, were checked out of the library. Also, between June and July, we issued 161 new library cards. All in all, it was a wonderful summer, and I hope I see everybody at the end of the summer party at 6 o'clock on the library lawn. That's my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments? Thank you. Chief Signorello, are you here to give a report?
Sure, sweet, yeah.
Roselle Park Fire Department, All Volunteer Fire Department, Chief Joe Signorello.
Good evening. Just came from a fire call, 236. False alarm, everything's good. Wasn't here for the fireworks. I heard everything went well. Tried to beat the weather that night. I heard that. I was on the other side of the...
Parks.
Huh?
The other side of the park?
Oh, yeah. Visiting my son in Switzerland. Everything's quiet. We're going to a couple of mutual aids around the county. Top thing I think we've had in a while is a little car fire on July 27th. Other than that, we're doing a little training, and we usually take a little break during summer. Come September, we'll be doing live burns and getting back on the saddle and getting back to training and stuff like that. So other than that, everything's quiet. Any questions for me?
Questions or comments? Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask up our DPW Super, Mr. Mark Pasquale.
Good evening. Rich and I submitted our monthly report. Does anyone have any questions pertaining to our report?
I want to thank you for getting to some of the things that we talked about at the last meeting, but not all of them. We had a conversation on the phone, so hopefully we'll continue working on them. The median on Westfield Avenue, I noticed people worked on that. Yep, down by Cranford in particular. Extending now to the Elizabeth side, I noticed that there's a whole bunch of weeds growing on the concrete portion nearest Galloping Hill Road, so if we can have them look at that, I'd appreciate it. We talked about the Chestnut Street parking lot by World of Liquor. Hopefully we can work out something there to get that fixed up, and the crosswalks on Chestnut Street that we had talked about. But I thank you for getting on all the other issues we talked
You're
about.
welcome.
Also, thank you for the bulk waste, the a la carte.
You're welcome.
I know you guys worked on that, so that should be a good thing.
Thank you. We have one item for our closed session.
And that is?
Personnel matter? 150, okay. Was it on my 150 possible litigation, 151 was?
Yes.
Do we want to do the personnel matter or now?
That during closed also, yes.
Personnel matter with the DPW. No, we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Just like since the event we're not.
Okay, 151 was West Lincoln.
I'm sorry, Mayor. 151 West Lincoln. That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
You what?
Now I'd like to go around the horn, and we'll begin with our borough engineer, Ms. Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just a couple things in the report tonight. There's something on the agenda tonight for Albion Park Phase 4, which we talked about at the last meeting. That's the application to the county for open space and also the Kids Trust Fund. Regarding the tax maps, the tax assessor is still working on some of the record-keeping issues, which the Treasury has requested some revisions or clarifications on, so Gail is still working on those items. Regarding the Community Development Road Program, Amsterdam Avenue, we envision, assuming everything goes well, having an award at the September 18th meeting next month. Regarding West Lincoln Avenue, the DOT project, they got back to us. We are out to bid currently. I believe the bids come in on September 3rd. We envision having an award on the 4th of next month. Regarding the Public Works building, we received a draft report regarding environmental testing that we were talking about at the last meeting. My office is reviewing that report. Once it becomes final, I'll issue my recommendations and findings to the governing body for review. Regarding the infiltration inflow study for the sanitary sewer, at the last meeting I said we're having a meeting with Elizabeth, which that meeting took place on August 7th with their engineering division and Public Works. Our Public Works superintendent was also present. We're exchanging information as we speak. They gave us some maps and vice versa and some reports. There are some connections going back and forth between both systems. Again, once we digest those, we'll give our findings to the governing body for review. And that's my report this evening.
Thank you. I also think I called you up on the weekend when I was on the road, and I appreciate you taking my phone call.
No problem.
Yeah.
I just have one quick question. Where are we at with that problem on...
Clay Avenue? Is that where you're referencing Clay Avenue?
Yes.
I was actually out there today. The patch is holding up very well. We were actually going to tie that into the Amsterdam project, so we hopefully get a better bang for our buck in terms of unit pricing. So that was the intention.
Great, thanks.
Are we going to have a problem again if we put these things out in September? November is going to be too cold.
No, that's why we're going to try to award in September. We should have no, I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's kind of bizarre summer in terms of temperature at this point. But assuming we have a normal end of summer and fall season, we should have no problems getting those projects in.
Next up is our Chief Legal Counsel, Mr. Richard Hudson.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, before your Mayor and Council today is the resolution 17614 awarding the contract for recycling services. To just give a little bit of background to that, this is the matter involving equipment rental services. The last time we were here, I understand that Judge Cassidy were back on the job. We were in continued negotiations with equipment rental service and their attorney, and they decided that both sides are going to mutually terminate the contract. There's going to be no liability for someone.
Thank you very much.
And outside of that, I have 4 matters for closed session.
Of course you do. They are.
Genie's Fitness Center versus Borough of Roselle Park. Ongoing litigation. Cali versus Borough of Roselle Park. Possible litigation. Possible litigation involving the Borough of Roselle Park First Aid Squad. And possible litigation involving James Wayne versus Borough of Roselle Park.
Very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any questions or comments? Next up is our Borough Clerk and our Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a friendly reminder, third quarter taxes are out and due. The last day to pay without interest is Monday, August 25th. If you pay after that date, interest will be retroactive back to August 1st. That is all I have. Oh, I have one matter for closed session. Contract negotiations with the court administrator.
got everybody. Okay, at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the reports of the departments.
Mayor, I'd like to make that motion to approve the reports of all the committees and people. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Reports of the departments are hereby accepted. It's time for our public comment portion.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we open the meeting public portion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Public comment portion is hereby open. Anyone wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and tell us your time.
Leona Suffolk, 22 East Westfield Avenue. Summer's winding down, but there's still quite a few events that are going to happen in town for Summerfest. The Art and Soul Galleries on 128 Chestnut Street has a new group exhibit of photography, paintings, and poetry commemorating 9/11. The title is World Trade Center Before, During, and Since 9/11, and it will run through September 12th. There's also a new exhibit opening at the Casano Community Center Art Gallery on Tuesday, August 26th. It's called Twisted Tales. The artists are children students of resident Lenora Montiago. They did artwork where they take a known fairy tale, poem, nursery rhyme, or folk tale and then put a twist to it. Next Wednesday, August 27th from 6 to 8, there will be a night of art at the Casano Community Center featuring the guitar music of resident Paul De Silva, poetry by Leona Suffolk, an open mic for music or poetry, and a brief talk about the current art gallery's exhibit Twisted Tales. Sign up for an open mic starts at 5:30 p.m. And also the Discover Roselle Park Day on Saturday, September 13th is in the planning stage. And as Karen had mentioned, there will be art-related events. I don't have times yet for any other art events that will be happening, but the museum will also be open during the car show. And Art and Soul Galleries will have a reception for artist Bruce Rigby, who does paintings and prints of, guess what, cars. Posters and flyers will be out once everything is finalized.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to say to Carl, yes, more people, less mosquitoes.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and tell us what you're talking about.
Jacob McGarrett, 612 Sheridan Avenue, Roselle Park. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, viewing audience, members of council, good evening. Our engineer, the chair for the engineer, has already made his comments about the tax maps and about DPW behind West Webster Gardens. Thank you. To the chair and to all of council people, what plans do you folks have pertaining to Halloween on Bender Avenue or town-wide?
There's certainly no plans at this time.
Excuse me?
Are you looking for an answer now, or do you want to continue?
No, I'm going to have a few other things. Resolution 173-14. From 15,000 to 30,000. Please explain it. Resolution 176-14, $372,738. Recycling. What was the settlement? Since we're having the new contractor, we should have a settlement. Instead of a la carte bulk pickup, the residents can be charged $8 to $10 town-wide and have a town-wide bulk pickup and save a lot of money that way. At the park, water fountain doesn't work, sprinkling system doesn't work. It's dry as the Sahara Desert. Plants are gone, flowers are gone. From the picture that was taken years ago, it looks like a dump. And people coming by train, and when they see at the park, they don't want to come by ours in Roselle Park. That cost us about $450,000. And now we're going to Aldine Park. We're going to put a sprinkler system in there, put phase 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know what phase it is right now. Each time a phase comes up, it's $100,000. And there are 13 people in the audience, 8 are residents, 5 are department heads. And of course, this hearing device that I have, that we have, or the borough has for people with hearing disabilities, is not working. Something is wrong with them. And I think we should have to look into that for residents with hearing disabilities. If you have a sign out there that says it's compliant with the hearing disability, you should have something. I have a couple that I'm going to stay off on. And let the chair take it. With the Halloween, is everybody going to get in on it, or what's going to happen?
I just want to make sure you're done with your comments now, because you want to have a give and take. You didn't want to have a give and take. You're done with your comments, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to start?
I'll ask again, are you done with your comments? You didn't want to have a give and take. Do you want me to provide you with your answer?
You take too much time when it's give and take. Okay. Yes. You ready? Okay.
We've been around this before, Ms. McGarrett. You have the right to make your comments. You have the right to either have a give and take, or you have the right to ask all your questions and make all your comments and then have us respond. From this point forward, I'll provide the responses, but I would ask that you abide by the rules that have been set out for everybody. And you have the option, and you have chosen to ask your questions and make your comments and then have me respond, or have us respond. With regard to Halloween, we have not decided anything as of yet. It's the same as every year. We sit down and we talk about it. Last year we decided to take it on an as-needed basis, and it seemed to work out fairly well. I was actually attacked last year by one gentleman because the word was that we weren't going to do anything, when we had said that what we were going to do was monitor the situation throughout the town to determine if there was a police presence or any additional security measures needed. And I think that that's probably the road that we're heading down again this year, but I'll leave it up to council to decide as we get closer to that time. With regard to 173-14, the increase from 15,000 to 30,000, I think that that's because it's 2 properties now instead of 1 property. Is that correct?
Mr. Mayor, that's in reference to the company that's doing the rehabilitation reviews for the co-obligations, and it is For any project that is approved, it's a flat $5,000 fee. So we've had a couple in the works, and we have used up the $15,000, and the balance of the 15 is to hopefully get us through the rest of this year.
Thank you. That's a court-mandated co-obligation that we must do, so we don't have a choice. We do monitor it by doing it this way. You asked a question about the settlement with equipment rental. There was no settlement. There was no dollars exchanged. It was a mutual dismissal of any claims that existed. So that's where we left that. And as a result, now we need to hire a new contractor to do our recycling pickup, and that's why we have it on the agenda for this evening. I will ask DPW to check out Acker Park. I can tell you that I went by Acker Park several weeks ago. I admit I haven't been out there in the past couple of days. It certainly didn't look too bad. I actually saw it from the train, and it looked still pretty attractive, but I'll have DPW check it out. We did not spend $450,000 on Acker Park. That is a number that you come up with repeatedly. It was a matching grant that was spent on the project. We did not spend nearly $500,000, $450,000 on Acker Park. And I'll also ask the borough clerk to check out the hearing device that's used by those that are hearing impaired in the community to make sure that we are providing the services that we say that we offer. So please check that out. And DPW can please check out the other things. Anyone else wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind.
Mayor, I would like to just comment on the a la carte pickup, because you said it would be cheaper for the taxpayer to pay their own with an $8 per house, having a townwide bulk day. This is providing another option for residents if they want to partake in this, if they have one item that, if they're cleaning out their house in the middle of the year, if they're moving, they can have this. There's a couple items, so it's only an option. If no one uses it, then no one uses it. But it's just an option that we're going to afford to the residents where they can call DPW and the DPW will pick it up and dispose of it.
It's an additional service, and if we just had a bulk pickup, the complaint would be from somebody who put something out at the first bulk pickup. Why am I paying for a second bulk pickup? So I think that it's a great option. It's another service provided to the community. And Councilman Hutchinson, you want to say something?
Yes, just to, Councilman Desai's already hit it. It's year-round, so the bulk pickup usually comes late in the summer. Beginning of the summer, we had the townwide garage sale, and then we could possibly do it, towards the end of the year. So this is year-round. So as the Councilman Desai says, if a resident moves out, you can call up in January to get rid of the mattress, where if not, he's going to have to hold on to it till at least June. So it's just something where the townspeople can now call within a day or two, pick it up, get rid of it, and at a minimal cost. So it's year-round. Again, the bulk pickup, yes, it's the $6 or $7, but it's disposal that costs us an arm and a leg. And everybody is yelling and screaming, taxes. I've heard stories from the people that are paying the $18,000 and $19,000 that they want the services. And I've heard the people that are down here that say, get rid of them all. So this is a way that it's not going to cost the taxpayers anything. It's on their own. You use it, you pay for it. You don't use it, you don't pay for it.
Anyone else wishing to
Thank you.
speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the audience, viewing audience, members of council, good evening.
Hello, I'm Brady Noel, 719 Woodland Ave, and I have questions pertaining to Halloween Park. I want to know if there are any renovations and plans to go forward.
Okay, I think the borough engineer is in the best position to respond to that.
As stated earlier, there's something on the agenda tonight to approve an application for a grant submission to the county for open space and also the Kids Trust. Right now it's concept in nature. We don't have formal plans. Presuming we get a positive response from the county and receive a grant, obviously the governing body would have to consider a proposal to do design services and move forward with the project. But that's where we're at.
All right, thank you very much. And as far as the basketball court, there's no plans for that one?
Well, the basketball court is actually made part of the grant application. That's on the agenda for tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
But there's no formal plans designed yet.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Anyone else wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind.
Okay, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion at this time to close the public portion of the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Public comment portion is now closed. I will entertain a motion and a second on the minutes, please.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that the minutes be approved pending any corrections.
These are the minutes for the regular meeting of July 17, 2014. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The minutes are hereby approved. Do I hear a motion on bills and payments?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Hoganson?
Yes.
Councilman Messias?
Yes.
Councilwoman Story?
Yes.
Councilman Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Bills and payrolls are hereby accepted. I believe we have an ordinance for second, oh no, we don't have an ordinance for second reading this evening. We have an ordinance for introduction. Is that correct? Okay, Madam Clerk, can you please read the ordinance for introduction by title only?
It's ordinance 2414, an ordinance establishing Chapter 28, Section 6 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park, defining and establishing the fee for bulk a la carte event.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that ordinance number 2414 be adopted on first reading and advertised as prescribed by law for a second reading and public hearing to be held on September the 18th, 2014.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Hoganson?
Yes.
Councilman Messias?
Yes.
Councilwoman Story?
Yes.
Councilman Kelly?
Yes.
Mayor Foley?
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance 2414 is approved for introduction. Now we'll go into our consent agenda. These are resolutions that are considered to be routine and non-controversial by council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of governing body requests that they be removed, in which case it will be placed in the normal sequence of the agenda as part of the general business. Madam Clerk, please read resolutions 166-14 through 180-14 by title.
Okay, 166-14, renewal of inactive ABC liquor license 2015-33-006-011 Limericks LLC for the 2014-2015 license term. 267-14, accepting the resignation of Sal Valenti as engineer number 3 for the Phase 2 Post Company. 168-14, appointing Michael Policastro to the rank of engineer 3 for the Phase 2 Post Company. 169-14, authorizing application of 2014 Youth Recreation Trust Fund Grant. 170-14, accepting the resignation of Andrew Casillas as council liaison to the Special Improvement District Committee. 171-14, authorizing the borough clerk to conduct an auction of borough property no longer needed for public use. 172-14, authorizing the agreement between the County of Union and the Borough of Roselle Park for participation at the leaf composting facility for the 2014 leaf season. 173-14, authorizing resolution or amending resolution 3114 to increase the maximum amount specified for Randall Gottsman, administrative assistant for the housing rehabilitation program in the Borough of Roselle Park in the amount of an additional $15,000 for a maximum amount not to exceed $30,000. 174-14, approving insertion of an item in the 2014 budget for 2014 Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over statewide Labor Day crackdown grant in the amount of $5,000. 175-14, approving insertion of an item in the 2014 budget for 2014 Bulletproof Vest Partnership Grant in the amount of $4,744.60. 176-14, awarding a 3-year contract for recycling services to Suburban Disposal in the amount of $372,738. 177-14, authorizing the tax collector to issue a sewer utility bill in the amount of $171 for sewer usage on Block 108, Lot 1.02. 178-14, authorizing the tax collector to reduce a bill by $792 and reissue a sewer utility bill in the amount of $114 for sewer usage on Block 715, Lot 3. 179-14, authorizing the tax collector to issue a sewer utility bill in the amount of $387 for sewer usage on Block 401, Lot 2. And 180-14, authorizing the treasurer to issue multiple checks totaling $8,727.24 payable to multiple lien holders for redemption of tax sales certificates and checks for $1,900 from the tax collector's premium account.
That's a slow, thank you very much. Does anybody wish to remove any of these items from the consent agenda?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve the resolutions on the consent agenda as per read.
Second.
All those in favor? I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Yankovic, I'm sorry, Councilman Wilkerson,
Yes.
Councilman Sykes.
Yes.
Councilman Story. Yes. Councilman Captain.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Resolution 166, 14, 167-14, 168-14, 165-14. 170-14, 171-14, 172-14, 173-14, 174-14, 175-14, 176-14, 177-14, 178-14, 179-14, and 180-14 combined. The remaining matters for referral to committee or council, other than the one that was previously mentioned by Councilman Wilkinson. Okay, we're now ready to go into the closed session for this evening. Whereas the mayor and council of the borough of Roselle Park wish to discuss matters which are described in the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, Sunshine Law, JSA 10:4-12. Whereas the general nature of the subject discussed in closed session are possible litigation of Largo versus Roselle Park, contract negotiations with the RP,
EDA, SOA.
Possible litigation 151 West Lincoln Avenue. Personnel matter with regard to DPW. Ongoing litigation Jenny's Fitness. Possible litigation Cali versus Roselle Park. Possible litigation Roselle Park for Estates Club. Possible litigation James White versus Roselle Park. Contract negotiations with the court administrator. And potential litigation with the administrative office of the courts. That's what we have to say. Whereas the time when the circumstances, is there anything else? Whereas the time when the circumstances under which the items discussed in closed session will be disclosed to the public at a future time, now therefore be resolved that the mayor and council of the borough of Roselle Park adjourn the open portion of the meeting and open a closed portion of the meeting to discuss the bill items. I hear a motion to go to closed.
I make the motion, we go into closed session, sir.
Second.
Those in favor? Those opposed? We're now in closed session. Thank you, everybody. 151 West Lincoln Avenue, possible litigation. Personnel matter dealing with the DPW. Jenny's Fitness versus Roselle Park, which is a resolved matter, and I'll discuss that in a minute. Caroline versus Roselle Park, potential litigation. First aid squad. Okay. First aid squad, possible litigation. James White versus Roselle Park, potential litigation. Contract negotiations with court administration. And potential litigation involving the AOC. Of those matters, the only matter that was resolved was Jenny's Fitness versus Roselle Park. That matter was dismissed by the court on July 8, 2014. There was no appeal on the matter, so it appears at this time that that matter has been resolved. Are there any other issues need to be discussed this evening? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.